Let's start recording today's daily market outlook and what we are seeing on the major dollar pair and what minor pairs we will watch and analyze for this week. So let's start. We have opened the US dollar index, and for dollar index, let me jump into daily time frame. On daily time frame, you can see right now that the dollar index is bullish. It gave a break of structure of this high, and there is a nice demand zone here. We have some liquidity here. If it start to turn bearish after the break of this daily demand, but right now we are fractal bullish. And let me jump into 4 hour for liquidity lows. So we have two major liquidity lows. First was this one, and the second was this. So in this daily demand, markets have this liquidity. So now there are two scenarios. Either it gives the market access shift after just sweeping this low and tapping this daily demand, then we will look for buys. And if I either it sweep this low, this liquidity low, and then it can give confirmations, and then we can look for buys again, because this is a major liquidity low. But as you can see here, price action, that this demand was mitigated, and we had only this H4 demand, which is in daily demand, which was not mitigated. So that's how we are looking for buys from this demand zone, this H4 refined demand from daily, and right now we are bearish. And as for third outlook that I talked right now, that market might turn bearish after breaking this daily demand, and we could sweep all this low. But right now we are just bullish. We are not waiting for this outlook. We are waiting for either the market of the shift of this high, or to tap this H4 range supply and move further downward to sweep this low, and then we can turn bullish. So that's my view for the dollar index. As for Euro USD, right now, as you can see that from the daily perspective, we are expecting daily supply. So we are bearish, and we haven't tapped the daily demand, but we swept all major liquidity, like all major liquidity, this one. So I would likely avoid trading now after sweeping this liquidity. But as this is the higher time frame, we would like to trade the current order flow, as we have generated new liquidity. So right now I am waiting for two things, that markets have these two major highs. So after sweeping these two major highs, we are waiting for H4 market to shift to look for short positions, as we will have been confirmed by the fractal structure of the market after the market access shift on H4, and we will look for short positions. And the other one is to look for buy positions from this H4 demand with 15-minute time frame confirmations till this high. So that's my view for the Euro USD right now. As GBP USD did not give a pullback till any of our supply zones, so I will not look into this pair. And for USD JPY, let me jump into daily as well. As you can see that market is respecting daily demands here, daily demand here also. So we just have kind of rough daily demand here. Okay, so inside this daily demand, the rough one, market had a swing low. We also have an a refined H4 demand here also inside the daily. So we had a liquidity low. Okay, that market swept it. So likely right now my view is to break this high. Okay, and after breaking this high, let me jump into daily again. Yeah, so after breaking this high, we should give a significant move towards upside like this, and then we could have created a newly demand zone. Then we will look for confirmations to buy, and we also have a liquidity high that is here, which is yet to be taken. This was already taken. So that's my view for the USD and right now it is not in any favorable condition to look for any setups, but the daily is bullish, creating high respecting the demand zones. So we gave a break again, swapped the liquidity and didn't tap the demand zone, but we can see from the previous outlook that it did not have to tap the H4 refined zones, just the daily ones. Like this was the daily one. Yeah, this was the daily one. So that's what it is. And as you can see, my other reason to not trade this pair is of the price action. You can see here, like this massive price action. So I am avoiding this pair. As for USD on daily, we have turned to bullish. After sweeping this low, market tapped this demand, gave first market structure shift and then a break of structure. Now we have some trend line liquidity to get swept, and this is the high of the trend line liquidity, and market likely created so market likely created this equal high also to get swept. And as for our 4 hour, we have swept the significant liquidity lows. Okay, you can see here this liquidity lows already got swept, and we gave a market structure shift on H4 time frame here. So now we have this all trend line liquidity to get swept, and if I am looking for buys, then my first partial TP or 50% close will be this monthly opening. So that's my view for the USD CHF. And as for long positions, I will look for buys from this zone. I think I will wait for confirmations on the lower time frame after tapping this H4 demand. Like on H1, you can see that. So on H1 you can see we have a liquidity low which is just above this H4 demand, like this one. So I want market to sweep this low, and I will look for confirmations on 15-minute time frame like this, and then I will buy from the demand zone, and I will try to lower my SL as much possible till this low. You can see. So that's my view for the USD CHF. And as for USD CAD, there are two possible scenarios right now. USD CAD is fractal bullish, respecting the daily demands here. Gave market structure shift or break of structure, and then again came to this daily demand, sweeping this low, gave another break of structure, and it again came to this demand zone. Like this is demand zone. Let me remove this joint so you know. Yeah, so this is the last sell before buy. So this is the demand zone that market had already tapped. on the daily, but I have marked this extreme one. So on 4 hour you can see that, let me just, yeah, so on 4 hour you can see that this was our demand zone, and we have some low liquidity lows like this low and this low to get taken. So markets have this low, but we did not sweep this low that we had wanted to get swept, and gave the weak market access shift towards the upside. So right now my only two possible scenarios to look for buys or wait for this liquidity low to get taken are these. First, it should give a proper breakout structure of this highs, then it can come to the demand zone sweeping this equal lows, triple equal lows like this one, and then I will look for buys. My other one is for market to give a pullback, sweep this low, and then sweep this low, then either it can tap the demand or did not tap, I don't care, but give a market access shift or FTB on 4 hour or H1 time frame, then I will look for buys. My target will be this equalize. So that's my view for the USD CAD. Market might just go from here, but we have some rules and we need to follow them. And for odd USD, so let me jump into daily time frame. On daily time frame you can see that market gave a market success shift of this daily demand, daily demand, and then we respected this daily supply. We have some equal lows, and on 4 hour time frame you can see that after tapping this daily supply zone, market gave a market success shift of this H4 demand or likely weak daily demand. You can say not the strong, because strong one is low, but it still gave a breakout structure with good volume, and now it's liquidity tapped this unmitigated H4 supply within the daily supply zone, and it gave a market success shift on H4, but this market success shift is by week, and as the pair is not also the strongest right now, so what I am waiting for right now is that I am waiting for market to, like you can see, chain continuation setup. So I am waiting for market to give breakout structure of this low, then this will mark a market structure shift of this H4 demand or H4 strong swing low, then I will look for short positions from this supply zone, which is also matches the monthly open level. So if it give a breakout structure of this low, then only I will look for short positions till this liquidity low to get swept. That's my view for the odd USD. And for energy USD, as you can see that market is creating nice liquidity, like you saw that previously it created the same type of liquidity like this one, and after sweeping a major liquidity high it started to fall. So it is again forming the same price action, but now we do not have a clear significant liquidity high. Like we have this high, and this was likely not the strong one, because as you can see this will be in the discount zone. Yeah, this is the discount zone, so there are just two zones, this high and this high. So After sweeping either of the high, I will look for short position, but as you can see there is monthly opening aligning with the daily supply zone, so we might get just bullish overview from this zone, or either by sweeping this zone. Yeah, so my two view right now is a selling from the supply zone, which is aligning with the monthly open, and the other one is to sweep this high, significant liquidity high, like this high, this descending highs you can say, and then I will look for short positions after confirmations, of course. That's my view for the energy UG. And as for odd CHF, you can see that it likely almost gave a TP, but not in the trading view chart, but it might have given TP on the broker chart. But the thing was that I was exited from my positions when market was here due to the high slippage on the rollover time. So yeah, I missed this massive move, and if I would have cashed this, then it would have been a 6 point RR of this trade, and after CTC it would have been like 5 to 5 point RR you can say. So approx I missed the 11 RR trade due to high slippage during the night time or inactivity or rollover time, but I am just waiting for it can still give a TP, like let me just use fib. Yeah, so it swept the highs of this major liquidity high, which was in the 0.5 zone. So after sweeping this high, it would just give a move toward the downside. So I will just mark this trade in my trade log. Then just analyze these things, and that's it. We could do nothing about this. It was my mistake to not remove SL during the rollover time. And we have odd JPY pair also. The odd CHF and odd JPY were minus pairs. And as for price action, you can see that market is bullish, creating higher high, high low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then again a higher high, and then this might be high low. According to our analysis, this should be. And on the previous analysis, we saw that after sweeping a significant liquidity low like this low and this low, market tends to create a new high after sweeping a major liquidity low. Like you can see clearly now, this was a major liquidity low. This was also a major liquidity low. So after sweeping a major liquidity low, market tends to give a new high, and it again swept a major liquidity low. We have our H4 range demand, or it might be a daily demand you can say, but H4 range would be good, and it gave a, let me just remove them. Yeah, let me limit to 4 hour. So it gave a market structure shift toward the upside. In these type of trade setups, you can count and week to be a market structure shift also. Let me just show you the clear chart. Yeah, a market structure shift with the nice volume you can say, or the best volume you can expect from a market. So right now my first entry would have been this monthly open, and my SL would need to be this low which have liquidity, but as you can see I am only getting 1.7 RR, so I will likely not take this trade. But if market could give a pullback toward this low, then I will look for buys with confirmations. That's my view for the JPY, and I am not looking for crypto right now. And as for other minus pairs, we will see if we got any other minus pairs aligning with the fundamental. But right now, these all are the pairs for today's daily market outlook. And from now on days, I will try to be consistent about the recording of the daily market outlook every day.